Weekly Advisor Movements 10 September 2020. I come to you from Melbourne this week in lockdown in front of an empty office building, and I'll get to that shortly. So Intuit left the industry. We had 50 advisors leave the industry this week in terms of net losses. Switch licensees 13, so relatively low number this week, and join the industry. No advisors joined the industry this week. Shout out to the switches. So Savannah to UGC, Steve to Bellwether, and Nick from AMP to Synchron. And that's where I am in Nick's hometown of Q East, in front of his building, actually, 711 High Street there. No doubt empty, Nick, and hopefully you get to actually get back into the office soon. So I'm sure there's a lot of buildings like this around Melbourne at the moment. Top gains for the week. So Synchron, 3 advisors, Barchester Financial Services, 2, flat overall from December 2018. Australian National Investment Group, a relatively new license just as of July this year. So 2 new advisors, and Interprac, 2, up 7 overall from December 2018. That's Gary Kroll's group, or Sequoia, owned by Sequoia Financial Group on the stock exchange. Top losses, 8 from Commonwealth Private, 62 down to 32. Now, a lot of these advisors are actually wholesale advisors, so actually leaving the register in terms of not actually leaving the industry, given they look after people with net assets of 2.5 million or more, or income of over 250K. We can obviously get into that in terms of whether they actually are sophisticated investors. And I think it's time that ASIC review that definition. In terms of AMP advisors, another loss of 6 this week. Together, that's Together Financial Planning Group and Together Trustees, which look after Catholic Super, Equip Super, and My Life My Super, which is a for-profit, for-member super funds, 3 of those super funds. So they actually lost 5, but overall 36 in terms of when they started just on 2 years ago. Fitzpatrick's Private Wealth down 4 now to 101 advisors. So my quote of the week actually goes to David Bell of the Connexus Institute, a stalwart of the industry. It's around definitional terms. So growth, defensive, and balanced and aggressive, and those sorts of things. So the quote being, growth defensive is entrenched in industry, yet nearly everyone agrees it is not the best measure of exposure or risk. To be honest, it never will be, but we can improve the measure by making it standardized and well considered, and removing much of the subjectivity, which has reduced industry confidence in performance analysis. So I think that's a definitely something that's been broached in the past, and we'll see where that goes in terms of the standardization here. I think it's well overdue. No doubt there has been debate amongst the industry and retail segments around the definitional terms here. So we'll see where that goes. But that's my quote of the week. Obviously supportive of any standardization or benchmarks that can be introduced into the industry. That this definitely helps both advisors and consumers. So that's it. So that's it for the week. See you again next week.